Pope Francis remains in critical condition at Rome's Gemelli Hospital. We have a special report coming up. Today is Monday, February 24th. From Ave Maria Radio, this is Michigan Mornings. Good morning from Ishpeming. I'm Matthew Handley. Let's begin with this news. I want to bring a correction to a story I brought you on Friday. After this program was recorded, the state legislature in Lansing did come to a deal on the tipped minimum wage and paid sick leave. Under the compromise deal, businesses with fewer than 10 employees must provide 5 days of paid sick leave per year. Larger businesses must provide 9 days, and that policy goes into effect on October 1st. The minimum wage will rise to $15 an hour in Michigan by 2027, and the new tipped wage will rise to 50% of the minimum wage by 2031. Lawmakers have been working for months to come to an agreement before a court ruling was set to go into effect on Friday. In other state political news, Jim Runestad, a Republican state senator representing parts of Metro Detroit, has been elected as the new state party chair, defeating Mayshawn Maddock, who was endorsed by President Trump. The Democrats elected Curtis Hertel Jr., a former state legislator and congressional candidate, to lead the Michigan Democratic Party. During the Democratic State Party convention, Attorney General Dana Nessel was booed in a 6th Congressional District caucus meeting for bringing charges against pro-Palestinian protesters. A judge is denying a request to throw out the blood alcohol concentration of a woman who's accused of crashing her car into a boat club, killing 2 children in 2024. Marcella Chidester is accused of driving under the influence and crashing her vehicle through the Swan Boat Club, injuring 11 people and killing 2 children. Her attorney wanted the BAC test results thrown out as she was arrested in a private area not open to the public. The attorney claimed the test was done improperly and drunk driving only applies if it occurs on property accessible to the general public. And officials in Detroit are expecting it to take 6 weeks to fully clean up and repair from that water main break on Detroit's west side 1 week ago. Over 400 homes were affected and still need to be cleaned and sanitized. Several households were forced to stay in hotels. Residents in the area need to file 2 forms with the city to make claims for the sewage backup and can call 313-774-5261. You're listening to your local news and weather on Ave Maria Radio's Michigan Mornings. We have your local weather coming up after this.
Persecution around the world has manifested itself through the centuries, but it is worse today than ever before. Aid to the Church in Need and its donors have been there to help since 1947, never abandoning the Church or her most vulnerable children. Will you stand up for your faith and accompany our brothers and sisters on their spiritual journey? Visit churchinneed.org. churchinneed.org.
In Detroit today, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies. It'll be windy as well. We'll have some gusts as high as 30 miles per hour. Our high will be 43. Tonight we have a chance of rain after 1 a.m. Otherwise, it'll be mostly cloudy with lows around 35. Tomorrow will be partly sunny with a high near 43. Wednesday, rain's likely in the afternoon. It'll be mostly cloudy with a high near 42. And on Thursday, it'll be mostly cloudy with temperatures around 41. In Saginaw today, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies. It'll be windy at times with gusts as high as 30 miles per hour. Our high today will be near 42. Tonight will be mostly cloudy with a low around 33. Tomorrow, expect partly sunny skies with a high near 43. On Wednesday, the rain is likely in the afternoon. It'll be mostly cloudy with a high near 40. And on Thursday, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies with temperatures near 40. Welcome back to Michigan Mornings. I'm Matthew Handley. The last update from the Holy See press office last night announced that a new blood test has indicated Pope Francis could be in the early stages of kidney failure and that he is receiving oxygen at Rome's Gemelli Hospital. Catholics around the world are praying for the recovery of Pope Francis, including us here at Ave Maria Radio. He's also been dealing with double pneumonia through this crisis. Here's a report from News Nation's Julie Millett in New York.
At St. Patrick's Cathedral and at churches across the New York Archdiocese, Catholics are praying for Pope Francis after he suffered what the Vatican has called a long asthmatic respiratory crisis that requires high flows of oxygen. The 88-year-old Francis has been hospitalized for a week with a complex lung infection. He also received blood transfusions after tests showed a condition associated with anemia. According to a Vatican statement on Saturday, quote, "The Holy Father continues to be alert and spent the day in an armchair, although in more pain than yesterday. At the moment, the prognosis is reserved."
When the man's 88, when the man only has 3/4 of his lung capacity, and when he's got such serious difficulties with his bones and his stomach and everything else, we kind of knew it might be time for him to go home. Kind of hope not. I love him. Hope he's around a little while longer.
Doctors worry that the main threat facing Francis would be the onset of sepsis, a series of blood infections that can occur as a complication of pneumonia. Francis got sick at the start of the Vatican Holy Year, the once every quarter-century celebration of Catholicism.
That other voice in the story was Cardinal Timothy Dolan, the Cardinal Archbishop of New York. The Pope participated in Sunday Mass yesterday along with his caregivers in the hospital and urged for peace in Ukraine in his Sunday written message. On Saturday, Archbishop Alan Vigneron of Detroit issued a statement calling on Catholics in Southeast Michigan to pray for the Holy Father. He said, quote, "On today's feast of the Chair of St. Peter, let us unite in prayer for his successor, Pope Francis, asking God to grant him comfort, healing, and strength in this time of trial. I have asked all parishes in the Archdiocese of Detroit to include these intentions in their weekend masses." Please continue to pray for Pope Francis as we are here at Ave Maria Radio. I'm Matthew Handley. That does it for this edition of Michigan Mornings. Lord willing, I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Until then, goodbye.